Kendra, and I am a mortgage loan officer with Geneva Financial.
I'm Tamarine Mullenaux with Keller Williams.
So Tamara and I met about a year ago. We were both blessed to join the Homes for Heroes program, and she was a sweetheart, reached out to me to talk about taking a quick moment and introducing the neighborhood I bought a home in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love it.
So, I know you haven't been here a lot, but let's have a chit chat about 85027, otherwise known as
Country Ridge. Yes, that's my neighborhood. I love it. I've been very happy here. I'm close to the 17.
Yeah.
I'm close to the 101.
Yeah.
And I've already met several neighbors, and they're all awesome. And it's a nice, clean neighborhood, good pride of ownership. I'm very happy with my area here for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you met the restaurants yet?
I have not as much as I would like to.
Well, we'll have to introduce you to some of our friends. One of those, which is a friend to the military and first responders community, is Pork on a Fork. So Pork on a Fork will do 10% discount if you bring in your military ID, your work ID.
Awesome. I'm going to have to check it out.
Closed on Mondays.
It sounds fun. Pork on the Fork. So yeah, you like the flag in the back? It's covering up the missing chair rail.
Yes.
So many of us know you buy a home and there's always renovations to do. So we got a lot of projects going on.
Isn't demo day the best day?
The best.
Like, give me a sledgehammer and point me in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Yes. When I was growing up and I had teenage boys, they like to think that every day was demo day.
Mm-hmm.
They're wonderful human beings now, but that reminds me of another neighbor of yours.
Okay.
Who I don't know if you've met yet.
Okay.
But the Breakthrough Smash Room will allow you and 5 of your closest friends for about $39 a piece to just break things up, not in your house.
I love it.
And
I love it.
They also have a discount for first responders.
Okay, I love them even more.
Yes, nurses and
discounting
teachers.
our heroes. So you just go in there and beat the heck out of crap.
Yes, well, when you go in there, you have to call and ask for Robert.
Okay.
Because he was kind enough to text me. I said, hey, I've got questions. We're going to have a little conversation, but tell me more about your military discount program and nurses and teachers. And so he was nice enough to text me on his day off.
Oh, wow.
After hours about that.
Okay, so, we love that. Very impressive.
Yes, we're going to have to go visit Robert.
So if you get frustrated, go down to Smash and what? What's it called?
It was a Breakthrough Smash Room.
Breakthrough Smash Room.
Right off of the
I love it. That's a good birthday party.
It is a good birthday party.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
They'll do it for bigger groups. You just tell them how much they need to smash and...
Okay, so you go to Pork on the Fork, and you have dinner at a discount if you're military, hero, first responders.
Yes.
And then you go down and break some stuff up.
Right. Since they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
And Pork on the Fork is closed on Mondays, so this is like
perfect.
a Wednesday on...
Okay, I'm thinking Friday night.
Yes.
For sure.
For sure.
Well, thank you, Tamara. That's awesome. I didn't even know that was here.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So other than that, you did some digging. You learned a little bit about my neighborhood, Country Ridge.
Yes, I sent you all of the active homes.
I like it.
In your community, and you said you found your twin.
I did. I found a home that looks exactly like mine, from the front through the whole house. So it had to be the same builder.
Right.
And I bought my house in January, and I'm happy to see that I'm doing very well on my value, and which, you know, I'm keeping it long term anyway.
And you know what's nice is now that there's more inventory on the market, is you can tell your realtor saying, I like this builder.
Yes.
And assuming that all of the spaces are filled in on the MLS, then we can do a search and
that's
look for
cool.
those.
I did not know that. That's awesome. The other thing I really like that you've learned in searching my area this last week or so, we actually have properties in this neighborhood, guys, at all price levels. So she found some adorable condos. There's stuff in the 200 plus range. And then, of course, it moved up from there. And I'm in the middle. But she also determined that there's some very nice high-end homes literally blocks from me in this area. So I like that. I like that this area has room for everybody to fit in.
Yes, in the single family range right now, let's see, there's the townhome at $275.
$275, you guys.
That's adorable. 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, little townhouse there in Granville.
I like that. And while she's digging, one of the things we talked about was just sharing a little bit of information. When you are purchasing a home, it's just good for you to know that a townhome is considered an attached property. It is not in the same classification as a condo. And that's only important to touch on with interest rates. So when you're buying a condo, the rates are a little higher than if you're buying a single family or a townhome.
There's a lot of confusion on that definition, townhomes and condos.
Yeah, there's a little bit, there is some difference there. Obviously, we want you to get whatever you can afford and be happy with, and you know, they're all good options, but there is some difference there.
I gotcha. So one of the important things when you're researching townhomes and condos is to get the homeowners association
Yes.
and what that covers. And a lot of times you'll ask about the budget.
Yes. Yeah. So from a lender's perspective, we actually do a certification. We look at the budget, we verify the insurance, and are there any outstanding litigations going on? And there's some important things that a lender will look at when you're buying a property with an HOA, and
Right.
that's good for you. It helps to protect that you know what's going on as well.
Right, because normally you would have that like during the inspection period, but that can kind of cover that. That takes you all the way to one of the ending points where you can bail out, and is if your lender says ixnay
Oh, yeah.
on the
Yeah. If we find out that the association is in a major litigation, which means you could be at risk of having a huge expense come down the pipe very soon, it's got to be resolved before we can fund the loan.
Right.
So that is there to protect you, the buyer, as well.
Yep. All right. So the townhouse was a $275, and then we've got the homes for $443.9,
Okay.
all the way up to $555 at the top end as of right now.
Okay, awesome. Well, I love that there's a nice little range there.
Yep.
And I love that I've been here now over 6 months.
Yeah.
And Tamarine came in and said, "Did you know this is the information I know about your neighborhood?" And I was like, "Nope."
We like to know everything about everywhere at all times.
Yes, absolutely. So we're excited to bring that information to you guys. We do want to also tell you a little bit about Homes for Heroes very quickly. That's how we met. It was about a year ago. We had both joined the program and we connected. I don't know if she called me or I called her, because that's what
Well,
we
I've
do.
been with the program for as long as I've been licensed in Arizona.
Oh,
so
wow.
we're
Okay, good
going
for
on
you.
4 years on that.
Awesome. So I've only been about a year, and I don't think I told you, I'm third in the state for the lenders
Congratulations.
for Homes for Heroes. I've done the third most transactions in Arizona. It's an amazing program, and we definitely want to talk a minute about that. It was created by a realtor after 9/11. She wanted to give back. Realtors and lenders sign up, and when we sign up for the program, we agree to donate a percentage of our commission to give to our heroes as rewards. And the true kudos goes to realtors like Tamarine. They donate more than I really want to say on here, but it's a lot, you guys. The program has now given nearly $100 million to our heroes since 9/11, and it's fully paid for by the donations from the people that care enough to sign up. So we're giving back to those that give to us. So teachers, healthcare workers, EMS, firefighters, police, and military, and some supporting staff. I've been able to do a daycare provider. She was a 20-year daycare provider. Veterinarians, eye doctors. There's foster parents. I have some people that will even do foster parents. And so, it's a great opportunity to say thank you to those that deserve it. And we're trying to get the word out.
And not only do the heroes get it like both on the buying and the selling side, but also they contribute to other charities as well.
Yes.
And you've been very instrumental at getting some of your favorites.
Yes,
have
absolutely.
checks.
So we can nominate any hero nonprofit. We go in and do it for free. You just give us the contact information. I nominated the Arizona Educational Foundation, and in October, I was able to award them $10,000. And that was a free grant from Homes for Heroes. And that's paid for, again, by the amazing realtors. So when Tamarine makes her large donation to the foundation, they use a portion of it to give our heroes a check, and they use the rest of it to give money to nonprofits. And they help people that are really in need. And that was amazing.
Yes.
Being able to, $10,000.
Yes.
She was so excited.
I bet.
So excited.
It's always an honor to give back to those that literally put their life on their line for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. So I don't know if you've heard the question lately, Kendra, about how's the market?
I'm loving the market recently.
Yeah.
It got crazy,
Yeah.
right? We're not going to lie. The prices were going up like nutso, and rates were moving up just as bad. And but I'm excited to see that in the last, few weeks? It's been just a short time. Prices are coming down again. I'm loving that. I even got an offer accepted with seller concessions a week or so ago, right?
I did start seeing that. Yes.
Yeah, and that was unheard of. And we don't, it's not easy to get, and we're not trying to promote always thinking you're going to get it, but some of my buyers need it.
Sometimes it is more of a let's get the whole team together to see what can be done in order to move things along.
Yeah, well, and we can use the Homes for Heroes benefit for that as well, right? So
normally the check comes like a couple weeks after closing.
It does normally, but you have the ability to request that it be at the closing table if you need to. So a buyer can actually say, "Hey, I'm a couple grand short. I'm $1,000 short of covering my closing costs," and we can work it out to where they get that at the closing table too. So, and that's been something I've done more than once, and it's helpful. I mean, a lot of our military, our veterans, our heroes, our teachers, you know,
Right.
they don't have a lot of excess income,
Right.
you know, and we're here to do anything we can to get it done.
That's for sure. Is there anything that people need to do differently when you're looking at the rate change? these days?
Talk to your lender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Reach out, call me, text me, email me. Let me walk you through what the rates are. There are discount points that can be paid to buy a rate down. So with the rates being a little bit higher, I am finding that most of my buyers are choosing to pay a little extra cost to get a lower rate to make that payment a little more comfortable over the long term. That's definitely an option. It's becoming very common. But the rates are still great.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we're in the 5s now, but you know, I bought my first house at 8. I know some people bought them at 10 and 12.
I for sure remember higher.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, 5 is still a great rate. The bottom line, if they can purchase a home and afford the payment, it's a no-brainer versus paying for rent. You know, rent is so ridiculously high, and your landlord decides, I want to sell, and you're out. And you have to find another rental and relocate, and then that seller decides they want to sell, and you're out again. And I don't see rents stopping anytime soon. Right?
No, rents have really only gone up, and you know what they say is rent is 100% interest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, buying always makes sense if we can, you know, the key is to figure out is now the time.
Right.
You know, what does it take to buy? Can you budget for the payment? And that's my job.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting, according to Altos Research, where they graph this out for the condos, going back to the condos and single family residences, the condos, when you graph that out in time, the price increase is very little. I mean, it just kind
of gradual, huh?
It's away, and it goes.
Yeah.
It had like a crazy week in April where it went whoa, and then it went straight back
There's
down.
2 huge sales.
Two huge sales. Skewed the whole thing because remember we're only talking about 85027, so this is your neighborhood. So that is showing.
interesting.
Yeah, so there's much less variance because you know buyers today. Well, first of all, when you're a buyer, any market you're in feels terrifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like what you pick any year in the history of mankind, and the buyer is like, "This is not a good time. This is not a good time."
Yes.
It feels terrifying.
Yes, that's
Yes.
why you need a good team.
Yes, you have someone to hold hands and everybody breathe. Now on the single family residence side, now you're having more of a
Definite incline.
An incline.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
But it hasn't gone, and I think a lot of people are thinking that it went right off a cliff up, and it really
Looking at that, it doesn't look that bad, does it?
doesn't. No. So we can go over the stats if you're interested in knowing what the median list price is of your zip code.
Of my area.
Yes.
Let's see how I'm doing.
She's got her granny glasses too. So, Ann, 85027.
Okay.
The median list price, and we're talking single family homes,
Okay.
here is $439,900.
Okay.
And then the median list price of new is $420.
Okay.
So that works out to about $308 a square foot.
Okay.
About 22 days on the market. And that really depends on what's really interesting is the price point affects the days on the market and how many other houses are generally. So it's
So does it look like the lower price homes are going quicker? That would be my
does.
immediate guess.
Yes.
Okay,
So
that
at the
makes sense.
389,950, that has a 14 days on the market. You know, there's 4 that are new. They go fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Followed shortly by
Those are my
the
buyer price
425.
ranges.
Yes, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. The ones at the 490, then those stay a little bit longer. That's your 4 bedrooms.
Now, would you say, generally speaking, compared to even 6 months ago, we didn't have anything on the market for 14 days?
Yeah,
Was
no,
that
we
safe
did
to
not.
say?
Yeah, it's pretty safe.
I
to
mean, they
say.
were going overnight.
Yes, my buyers are like, I
offers.
like this house, and it's fantastic. It's under contract. They're like, it just went active. Like, I know. And sometimes they went active long enough to mark that in the MLS as under contract.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, guys, it's changing. Right? I mean,
Now you
6
have,
months
a
ago,
chance.
24 hours later it was gone, or there was 20 offers on it, or, I mean, good luck. And now we've got homes sitting for 14 to 22 days. So I'm so happy.
It's funny. It's like this is the price decrease. 57% have had a price decrease.
Wow.
And price increases 0%. So no one's like, you know what? Let's like raise the price up here a little bit.
Yeah, it's a great time to buy. I'm super excited about that. Obviously, we both are because this is our industry.
This is
right,
our industry.
and
and so
yeah.
now, Kendra, I'm sure you have people say going, but that's your job to say it's a great time to buy.
I'm always honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my answer always is: if you can afford it, if you can qualify, it's a great time to buy. It's always better to buy than to rent. Period. In my book. And what if the values go down next year? It doesn't matter unless you're going to sell.
Right.
I mean, I had a house in Oregon for 20 years, and I was here, and then I was, oh my God, I'm here. And then I went down to here, 2008. And then when I sold it years later, I made here. So it doesn't matter what it does unless you're selling.
Right. And I think a lot of people think it's like, oh, well, if I buy, then I have to stay in it for 20 years.
No, you can rent it out.
You can rent it out, and you also don't have to keep it for 20 years.
No.
No. Now we're like, well, in like 7 years. But really, and now in the last couple of years, it's like, did you buy it last year? Fantastic. Do you want to sell this year?
Oh my gosh. And when you own a home, the calls you get trying to buy your house.
Right.
I get calls constantly from people wanting to buy your house. But yeah, no, I mean, there's no minimum time to keep it. I mean, honestly.
And the other big change that we've seen in the last few years is the amount of work that you can do remotely.
Oh, yes.
I mean, my brother works for a corporation, but his office these days is a sailboat in the Caribbean.
Oh, lucky him.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you know what they told him? I said, because I saw him yesterday and he's all wind shoveled. And it looks like the happiest person on the planet. But I'm like, but your Zoom calls, you're still doing Zoom calls, right? I mean, you like...
Do you brush your hair?
You brush your hair for the Zoom calls, right? He says, I have a shirt. He says, but you know what? He says, my boss said, it says, you have the best internet reception. You never have any difficulty getting anything in. Your reports are always on time. So really, who cares?
Why do I care?
Who cares where you are?
Isn't that great?
And a lot of our buyers are working from home now.
Absolutely.
And so they can. We're seeing a lot of states like California, Denver is moving, Seattle is moving.
So more home-based.
More
what you
home-based, but they're
Yeah.
also moving because if you take off the restriction of I have to live X miles away from the office,
Oh, my gotcha.
now where can I live?
People can relocate.
Yes, and Phoenix is becoming one of those markets where that's a
Popular place to
popular
go.
place to go.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I've only been here about a year and a half.
Yep.
And I did the same thing.
Yes.
Said I can work from home. Where do I want? That's exactly what I did.
Yes.
That's how I got here.
Yes.
And I'm so happy.
Did you also know,
Love Arizona.
since you're still meeting all your neighbors, that Western Destinations has an office out here?
Okay, what is that?
That is where you can go horseback riding and skate shooting.
Oh!
And a lot of those city slicker. If you.
And it's called Western what?
Western Destinations.
Western Destinations.
Yes.
So it's for activities of the Western style.
Activities of the Western
Oh,
style.
I like that too.
I think they do a lot of the actual ranch events, maybe out in Wickenburg, but I know their offices is here in
Okay.
your zip code.
Okay, so what I'll do, guys, when we're done and we do our little video finish up, maybe
Yes.
I'll take all this information on all this wonderful stuff she's sharing about my
Yes.
neighborhood,
Yes.
and I'll put a little slideshow at the end of the video to give you all the contact info. That way you don't have to try to Google it.
Good, because you got a farmer's market that's going to come live, not right now because it's
Okay.
way too hot, but
Okay.
more in October.
Awesome.
We've got a farmer's market that's coming in, and
Okay.
then Agua Fria National Monument Field Office. So not the whole monument, because
Okay.
that's 40 miles outside of Phoenix. But
Okay.
the field office is also in your zip code.
Okay, awesome. Well, we should go visit them.
We should. I don't know if they're set up for visitors. We should call going, hey, do you want the Kendra and Tam show? Because we bring snacks when we come to the
And we love our heroes. That counts for something.
We do love our heroes.
Awesome. Well, I greatly appreciate all this.
Yes.
Very exciting to call me and say, let's talk about my neighborhood.
Yes.
And I learned so much. I didn't know any of this.
Well, when we want to talk about my neighborhood is 85374.
Okay.
And fun fact, so this is like a teaser for when we talk about my
Okay.
neighborhood.
Next is her
The
neighborhood.
teaser is, in my neighborhood, there is about 100 assisted living facilities
Oh my gosh.
in my zip code.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Just in your zip code?
Just in my zip code.
Is your zip code bigger than mine, I hope?
I don't
Because
think
mine's
so.
not that big to have that many.
I know.
So you're in a senior area.
85374 is Surprise, Arizona, so we're not
Okay.
even officially a senior area.
Interesting. Wow.
No,
I think it says good things about the
stay
area.
tuned for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that means good things. And generally speaking, if that's a lot of people
It
care
feels
for
like
the elderly.
a safe place
Yeah,
to
retire.
to have your to find from.
I know you're not nowhere near ready for that, but you might
Yes.
not have to move far when you do.
I may not have to just have to move. Not even down the street. Right there we are.
All right. Well, I think it's been wonderful talking to all of
Yep.
you, and definitely reach out. You've got our contact information here. Amazing realtor. She'd love to talk to you about your neighborhood, and if you're looking to buy or sell, and you use her wonderful services, and you happen to follow into one of the hero categories, you get a bonus. If you don't, you just get great service. And the same thing with me. I'm a lender. I'd love to help you get pre-approved and see what makes sense, and now's the time. And we appreciate our clients.
We should ask them what their zip code is.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Yes.
All right, so comment
Yes.
below with your zip code.
Yes.
And we'll have her do her amazing work and find out some information about your
We'll see
area.
if I can find out your favorite restaurant.
And if you really want to have fun, we'll put you on video
That's right.
and share the results.
That's right. We'll do. All right. Well,
All
thanks, Kendra. It's always a pleasure.
You too, honey. Great seeing you.
Good seeing you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.